Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Okay, my name is Nabil Fikri. I am application engineer from AK Systems. Welcome again to our free lesson. And for today's topic will be about the AutoCAD Electrical, more specifically for the terminal sections. Right. So about this terminal strip here, basically we have two things inside of AutoCAD Electrical, which is the schematic and also for the footprint. So we're going to take a look at both of these, and we're going to take a look on how we can add, edit, and maybe add some link. And lastly, we can also use this to generate a table. Right, so let me change back to the AutoCAD. Okay, so what you see here is the examples that I have for the schematics. I also have one for the footprint over here, right? So we have the terminal. Okay, right, so over here, I already have some terminals created over here. So if I would like to add a new one, so first of all, you can just go into the icon menu over here. And over here, we have the terminal connector that you can pick, right? So there are several different symbols. So maybe I want to have a square or maybe a hexagons. And we also have a number for that, right? So whether it's for Y number or for the terminal number, right? So you can pick for that. So for this case, let's say I would like to pick for the terminal number. Let's say I want to pick hexagon over here. So I can click over here and I can click anywhere to input my terminal. So let's say I put it right over here. And over here, you can specify the installations, the locations, right? So for this case, I already have. So if I want to create new, I can also do that. But I can also pick the existing one from here. And this is same goes with the text strips. But if I want to take a look easily, you can also find under the project list down here. Right? So for example, let's say for this case, I'm going to go with the JBox TSB. And for the number one, okay, I'm not sure what is the last number for this. So I'm just going to give, let's say, around 20 so that we can see the number much more clearly. So if I want to, I can also add a catalog over here, but I already have the catalog over here for the manufacturing. Okay, so I can click OK. So now you can see the information of the terminals. So if I go back here, I already have some of those. And since we use the TSB, okay, so it should appear right over here, but currently it does not have yet. So what you can do is that first of all, to edit your existing terminals, so you can just click, right click, and we can either edit footprint or edit terminal from here. Let's say if I'm going to edit the footprints, you can specify, let's say edit the locations or the text strip. But for this case, I'm going to edit the panel symbols, which is I can right click and edit terminal strip from here. You can click OK. And I should be able to see the new one that I created before, and I put that as number 20. So if I go to the layout preview, I should be able to see the new terminal that I have added over here. So it will update inside over here. But if I want to, I can also add that separately. So to do that, I can go to the panel over here, and I can go to the terminal footprint, and I can select insert terminal from the schematic list, which is already added on the schematic before. So I'm going to click this one, and previously I put it under file 02. So I'm going to search that on the project and find the terminal 02 from here. And I can click OK. And I should be able to see the new one that I had before, which is the terminal 20 here, the STB. And if I want to, I can click insert. And I can put right over here. And I can click OK. So now I have my terminals right over here. I can also do that from the panel footprints, and I added into a schematic. So I can do something like that. First of all, you can also edit the terminal manually from here, but if I want to, I can also go to the editor. So the editor one is almost the same like when I right click and edit terminal strip from here. So if you don't want to right click, you can also find the button right at the top over here. So if I want to create a new one, I can click new. Let's say if I want to edit, I can pick any things that I want to edit from here. Let's say the TSB, I can click edit, and you will see the information right over here. Okay, basically the same thing. So for this case, I'm going to create a new one. Let's say I'm going to put right over here. So I can go to the editor, and over here, instead of edit, I can click new, and I can pick the installations. Okay, currently I'm still empty. I can create a new one if I want to. Same goes with the location. I can pick some of these, maybe from the project or the drawing. Let's say I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to call this Mac, let's say Mac 01, for examples, and I'm going to add it into a browse later on so that I can pick from there. And for the terminal strips, I'm going to name this one as, let's say, terminal, let's say 05, for examples. And I can also specify how many terminals that I have inside. Okay, let's say I'm going to give this, let's say, around 5 terminals. So when I click OK, you will see now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminals that I have inside. And this is the number that I have, which is I can input it from the schematic later on. But as for now, you can see we have a few tabs that we can pick from here. Okay, we have the terminal strips, we have the catalog assignments. So this is for the catalog, cable informations, and we have the layout preview. Okay, so for the layout preview, so this is what my terminal strip will look like. So if I want to insert that, I can just click insert. And let's say I'm going to put it right over here. And I can click done. Now I have my terminal, but if I want to have this rail over here, so for that case, you can find that under IQ menu. So you should be able to create your rail from here. Okay, so for the rail one, also have their own manufacturer, which allow you to have different type of symbols. But for this case, I'm going to leave it this default manufacturing, and I can specify what length for this. Let's say I want to specify, say, 100, for examples. I can specify the scale for this, the locations, and when I click OK, so this one you can see is actually the location. It will put at the 00 location. So I believe it does not show for the angle, but if I just click OK, okay, and now it's actually create right here because this is actually from the 0 over here. Right, so that is one of the ways. So you can specify the coordinate accordingly. Or the easiest way is that instead of doing adding information from here, I can just click the pick rail informations, and I want to start right from here to the, let's say, right up until here. It's going to create that automatically, including with the angle as well. So the length will be 90. Let me just make it 20. We have the coordinate. Okay, so for this will be the for the angle. So you have the horizontal or vertical. So I'm going to click OK, and I can click done. Now I have that my DIN rail and also my terminal inside over here. So if you see here, this is also a terminal. This is terminals. Why my first terminal is different is because the terminal symbols here depend on the catalog or the manufacturer. So if I want to edit this, okay, let's say if I were to change the catalog, so to do that, I can go to the catalog code assignment. So if you take a look down here, this is the settings that you can edit for your terminals. We have the properties, the terminal pair, and so on. For the catalog code, you have extra one, which is for editing or adding catalog. Cable information is just to take a look on the information about the cable, but mostly this one is basically the same things. But for the terminal strip, you have the material labels, where the catalog code, you have the catalog information. Okay, so let's say right down here, I'm going to pick different catalog. I'm going to pick this one. So click OK, then you will see I have this catalog with these two pin over here. So if I go to the preview, now you should see that my symbol is a bit different for the bottom one. So if you see that you have different symbols, so that is because of the manufacturing catalog. So now I can just click rebuild. Okay, so we should have this right over here. Okay, so another things that you can do is that you can also make the component become multi-level. So I'm not sure if I have an example from here. But let's say if I were to edit this one, the TB. Okay, let's say I would like to edit the TB. Okay, so this one is basically still as one level for each of these. So if I want to edit, so we have the editor over here. So if I want to make multiple level, I can do it from here. Okay, so you can see we have the location informations, the device, and we have the component that this one connected to. Okay, so the left and also right, I think that one I will show on the schematic one. Okay, so again, the catalog one, you have the information for catalog, where the cable, you have the cable informations. And for the layout preview, so this is where your model will look like. If you make some changes, you can update that from here, it will update. So one example here, let's see if I can see. Okay, let's say I would like to put this 13 here above 12. Can I do that? Okay, so this one can move this one a bit, move up, done. So if I go over here, so not that yet update, I can just click update and it will update. So you can see it's above the number 12. Right, so that is the graphic terminal strips. So we have information that we can give. Maybe I just want to see the wire number only. I can update. So it will only see wire number. For this case, I don't have wire number. Or maybe wire layer. Maybe I want to see, let's say, cable wire terminals. So it will show you different type of information over here. Okay, again, if you want to, you can make sure you have a value showing over here. So this is the information that will be shown when you update it. But if I were to delete this one and update, then you will see it's actually empty. All right, so I'm going to go back to the schematic. So let me just cancel this one. Okay, so previously we can add multiple levels. Let's say if I go right over here on the schematic one. So clearly I already have this three terminal here, and I would like to make it this as a three level and combine all of these three level. So what I can do is that I can just right click over here, edit component. So we have this level informations. If I want to, I can just take a look at the catalog lookup, maybe change to different catalog. Maybe I want to have a Siemens with multiple terminals. So I'm not sure if this is the right one. Okay. So if I click this one I have three different labels over here. Okay, so this one we have three different labels. And what I want to do, so you can see at the top one, we have number 7, which is number 7 here. I can specify that middle one is number 8 and the bottom one is number 9. Okay, but for now, I can just click OK. You can go to the number 8 over here, and you will see it's still as one level. And number 8, it does not yet connected to the number 7 yet. So what you can do is that you can edit this one, and you can go to the add or modify. So I can go to the add and modify, and I can see the list of terminal strip that I have over here. And I would like to have one with 3 levels. So you can see we have 3 here, we have 3 here. So we have 3 levels for this part. But I want to link with the number 7 here. So you can see, so we have the 7 and we have the 3 level. So I can specify that. So this is the 7 before. I want to put this on the middle. So I can click associate, and then you will see it is now linked with the number 7 terminal. I can do that the same with the number 9. Okay, I'm going to add and modify, and then now you see that it's now shown number 7 and number 8, and we just need to input the last one, which is for number 9. So I can just associate. Now you see 7, 8, 9. You can also move the number. Let's say I want the 9 will be at the middle, so I can just move up. So that will be 9. So I can click OK, and I can click OK again and update. Over here is still the same, so number 9 is down. But if again I check over here, then you see that number 9 is at the middle for the levels. If I go back here, I can check on this terminal, which is number, this one will be TB, right? So the TB one over here. So I'm gonna edit, and now you should be able to see 7, 9 at the middle, and 8. So it's now become one terminal strip. So if I go to the layout preview, so it should start with number 7. Yeah. Okay, so that is one of the way for you to link that. So if I have a component with catalog that does not have 3 labels. Let's say I have this catalog manufacturer. I'm going to leave this default because this is the manufacturing and catalog that I want, but I only have 1 label. So what you can do is that you can edit and make it, let's say, more labels, 2 level, 3, 4. So by going to the block properties, I can add, let's say, 3 labels. Okay, so I have the one will be the top one. How many wire per connector that I have? Okay, so I want this to be, let's say, 2. This one will be pin number 1, pin number 2, and this one will be middle. This one will be 2 as well. This one will continue 3, 4, and this one will be bottom. For just for example, I'm going to give this as 5 wire connector, and this one maybe I'm going to give it 1 only. Okay, let me just continue. Now when I click OK, so we have top, middle, and bottom. Again, this is only for number 5. Okay, number 5, which is, okay, I think I click on the number 5. So this one should be middle lah. So if I want to, I can just modify and make this at the middle. Again, I just add for number 5. For number 4, I can go and add and modify like I did it before. But to make it quick, instead of doing that again, what I can do is that I can link associative. So if I go to the schematic here, it's allow you to quickly associate the terminals. And for this case, it will ask you for the master terminal, and that will be the terminal 5. And once I'm done, you need to click the rest of the terminal 4 and also for 6. All right, so it's stopped. If I go back to number 4, now you should be able to see it's linked with the top one. And this is the same with the number 6, so I'm not sure why. Okay, not sure why it does not see here. So I need to do that again. So see, number 5, and the terminal will be 6 here. Let me check again. Right, so it's now linked together. So you don't have to go and associate from here. You can just quickly use from here. Okay, so if I go back here and I check back for the 4, 5, and 6, Okay, so to make it quick, I can also right click from here, edit terminal. And you should be able to see 4, 5, and 6. The 4 one, I have 2 wires. The 5 one, I have only 1, where the 6 one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so you can create something like that. But if you want to, you can also, I believe you can edit it from here. Okay, so we have the properties editor. I can just click and make sure everything is, let's say, 2. Or if I want everything to be a 1, also can, but I'm just leave it as 2. Now everything is 2. Okay, so we have this left and right. We have the device here and the device on the right side, left and right. So that is the connection. That's indicate the connection between left and right, which is uh, which is this M422, and for this CLB black here. Let's say I would like to create at the middle over here between this motor and also this circuit breaker over here. So I can add some things. Let's say I'm going to add a terminal connector. Maybe I want to put a square right over here. Just for example, again, this one will be TB. So it's automatically find that. I'm going to give a number that I can find it easily. Let's say I'm going to give 33. Now you should be able to see DS211 and also hydraulic motor. Okay, so if I can find back that number 33, so over here, then you should be able to see it's between the S211 and also between the motor. So it's indicate the connection between these two. Okay, we have added one from here. Let's say if I originally have that over here and I want to add it into the schematic ones, already have that on the panel. You just want to add new into schematic. So what you can do is that you can go into the icon menu and find from the terminal. Okay, and over here I can specify project. Okay, I'm going to select K to find a drawing from this project. So the drawing will be 09. I click OK, and I should be able to see, I believe this is the new one that I created before. Okay, now I can add it into my schematic, right? So if I want to, I can just click insert and I can specify the symbol, right? Square with middle or maybe hexagon. This time I'm going to create a round with middle. And I can click OK and I can put it right over here. So that is one of the way for you to add. I'm going to give another string number over here. Let's say number 50. Now, if I go back, okay, so if I go back here, now you see that we have number 50 over here, the new one that we added from here. Okay, so that is schematics. Right, so another things, let's say we go and edit this part from here. Okay, so over here we have the information that we can see. We have the properties over here. You can edit the properties by using the edit properties from here. Maybe I want to make it 3 level from here. You can do that. You can add, let's say, level for top, middle, bottom. But if you want to make it quick, let's say I want to copy the information 135 into down here, you can also do it from the properties here. We have copy and paste. I'm going to copy this information and I'm going to paste it right over here. So it will have the same properties. You will see we have the pin over here. It's copied. We have several other empty terminal over here. Maybe you don't need it. You can click and you can delete right from the spare here. Maybe I don't need this 9 as well. If I want to add some spare, I can just click and I can add insert spare. Let's say spare insert above. Okay, we have spare, or maybe I want to insert accessory. Okay, let's say 3, for example. So we have 3 accessory from here. And if I go to the layout preview, you should be able to see that, right? Okay, so the change that we have made. Okay, so over here, terminal, if you want to move it around, so maybe spare here, I want to put it below this tree here, I can just use move terminals. I can pick, say, below this part and it move. If I have this tree here, this one should be, let me just rebuild. Okay, so the tree one that I see before is should be this 3 terminal over here. So if I go back here, you see that it's actually not yet associative. So you can also do it right from here. So we have the multi-level over here, allow you to associate these 3. So I'm going to go for the first one and tell this one should have 3 levels. Again, I'm going to go top, middles, and bottoms. Wire connection, maybe 1 only this time. Pin, I can put it, maybe I just leave it okay, so that I can just copy right from here. And I'm going to paste it over here, but we have 2 wire. Let me just edit that, remove, make it 1 only. Okay, so I can edit from here, and to link these two, okay, so what you can do is that I can just click these two and go to the multi-level, and I can associate this with the first one. So I can just associate and it's automatically added and it will be linked together. So when I link that, you can see that this empty here is actually the empty for the 2 and also the number 3 here. So you will see that it will left empty area over here. So since we already added on the top one, so I can just remove this part. Delete spare. Okay, so that is the terminal strips. Again, kalau if I don't want to see this, I can also remove. But I'm just gonna update and insert back. Should be at this location. And lastly, you can also extract information into a table. So if I go into the layout preview, okay, we have the tables, terminal table, right? So you don't see here, you need to click update first. So this is the example tables that we can add. And we also have the jumper chart if you want to. For this case, you can use from the table object and you can insert. Other way is that you can use the tables, terminals, options from the panel. So for this case, I'm just going to cancel. So to do that, you can go to the panel and we have the table generator over here. So I can click table generator and I can specify which informations or which table that, which terminal that I want to extract into a table. So I'm going to extract this TB here. And we have the table style that you can pick. And we have multiple columns or the informations that you want to add on the table. So to specify that, you can use on the define column. Right? Maybe some are the information that I don't want to see. One of those is that my location should be empty. So I don't want to see that. Okay, my installation should be empty. So I don't want to see that into my table. Okay, so I can, oops, I can use the table generator, define column, and I can remove the installation. Okay, I already removed the installation, so it will not be shown there. So if I want to add some more, I can just click and add. If I want to remove things that I want, that I don't want to see, I can just click and remove. And once done, I also have settings from here. This one just an drawing or informations for your tables. maybe I want to make it scale slightly smaller, let's say 1.5. Okay, that is just for scale and the placement locations. So you can pick this to, let's say I'm going to specify right from here. But when you create this table, it will not be create right over here. It's going to create on the different drawing. Okay, so this will be the drawing that you can pick. Okay, I'm going to make the name, let's say, start with 20. And this is the template that you can select for this drawing. I'm just going to leave it default, and I can click insert and OK. So it will be create on that drawing. So it should be create somewhere down here. I believe I might not select. Okay, let me just click the table generator again. I needed to select this TB here first, and then insert the setting before. I believe it was save. Okay, so I just leave it and I click OK. Now you can see it's updating and it's actually creating the table on different drawing. So if I double click over here, and this is the information that I have. Okay, I might need to readjust the location. Right. So basically cable is empty here. If I want to, I can just remove that from the list. Okay, so that is the terminal for AutoCAD Electrical. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, for joining this free online lesson. So I hope this is useful for you guys. So until then, have a nice day. Bye bye.